Valerie, thank you very much for taking the time to be my guest
Thank you.
on the Courage to Fall podcast. Uh, and for whoever, how would you like to introduce yourself?
So I am Valerie Zakka. I am originally, so my family business is into industrial equipment and solutions. We equip factories in the food and beverage and chemical industries. So this is what I was brought up to do. And recently I've also set up a consultancy, if you want, unit. So we offer consulting services to these industries as well. And with me, I have a small consortium of experts in this field. So each one has their own expertise. And I am also a Lean Six Sigma black belt. So for operational excellence, specialized in manufacturing facilities, as well as recently, and I've become a EQ assessor, so emotional intelligence assessor. This is me.
Wow,
Okay.
what what does it mean to be an EQ assessor?
So basically, you take a training and you do it. You go through an exam, a test. The training you take is on the EQI 2.0 model, so it's an international framework. It's based in Canada, originated in Canada, and it's a model to be able to measure EQ, so emotional quotient, emotional intelligence quotient. So do you go through a set of trainings for that, and then you can actually administer the assessments and give the feedback sessions and support the participant who did the test or the groups in, if they want to, if they wish to take it further, coming up with a action plan to develop the areas which came out to be, let's say, less than satisfactory in their tests, in their assessments.
So is there such a thing or a person who does not have emotional intelligence and people who have it, or how does it work?
There are people that have it more developed than others. Some people have it naturally as part of their personality, and some people have personally worked on themselves by, reading and learning or being specifically aware of that aspect and knowing how this can really boost everyday life from the house, in home life with your kids or your partner, and of course, mostly in the workplace. Okay. Yes, some people have it more developed than others. But the great thing about the EQ is that you can develop it. It's like a muscle. I mean, IQ is more, if you want, it's harder to grow. You can work on your IQ, but EQ is definitely something, it's like a skill. There's a set of methods and recommendations to develop it. The EQI model really sheds light and shows you really in detail how emotional intelligence can help you to have generally a better life, which means a more, if you want, efficient life in many ways. So basically, the end goal of EQ is happiness. It's a factor called the happiness. Okay,
Okay.
so the more emotionally intelligent you are, the happier you become. So the if you want, the end goal is to become happier.
How are you reconciling your industry background, years, I'm assuming, of industry work, family business, and then move to EQI, which is by people would seem to look at it as soft skills
Yes.
versus the hard skills of engineering, industrial machines.
Yes. Um, well, I wouldn't say I am moving towards that. I would say I am reconciling it, like you said in the beginning. So the decision came from a like a visible lack in my industry that I see. You know, as a woman, I don't want to be sexist here, but as a woman, being in these sometimes often harsh environments, okay, I can see there is sometimes a lack of communication. Sometimes many, if you want, altercations or problems can be solved by if people are a bit more emotionally developed, and so, and I was able to succeed in many situations because of that aspect. Okay. And then I met in Spain when we were in Spain during the last war. I met a company, the owner of a company through my husband David. Company is called MRC Training. So
Mhm.
they were offering the emotional intelligence assessor trainings and also public trainings. And I was really interested in bringing this into my field. As you know, sometimes I like to add new things to my repertoire, to not only be Valérie who is only selling the machines. Okay. And as I'm moving more into public speaking, into trainings, into capacity buildings, this is something that I would use already personally, that kind of training for myself. But also, I saw the need for my industry for this kind of capacity building. Because in when I'm working with equipment, with technology, and especially now we have the stress of AI. Okay, before AI, digitalization of operations and the factories. And you see this a lot right now in Saudi Arabia, where I've been focusing a lot of my efforts in the past year. You also see the confusion happening in the team. Okay, from the top management all the way down to the production floor. Okay, they are under pressure to integrate, to digitalize, to integrate AI. And first of all, it's trendy. Okay, and second of all, it's becoming a kind of must that if you have a big factory, you have to move into digital transformation, automation, more automation, and integrating AI solutions in the manufacturing, in the whole facility across the operations. So you see, there is a confusion among the teams, among the between the management and the teams. So the emotional intelligence, the EQI, if you want a framework, can support this transition. So into
Mm.
the new way of doing business. And this is actually, if you want, the transition from Industry 4.0 into Industry 5.0. Whereas in Industry 4, it was all about automation, equipment, adding more, more machinery and systems. And in the Industry 5.0, we are moving towards the human aspect, the hybrid human AI aspect, where we have to ensure humans and AI have a baseline of a for the future of their operations. Okay, it is a very it's a critical nexus right now, and if you manage this transition properly, starting with the individual factories, but also on the industry as a whole, then we can step into this transformation with more confidence as humans. I'm tired of hearing this: robots will take your place, and things like that. So if companies, organizations train their teams and help this transition within the right framework, then the cooperation will be smoother. and the human team will know what they want from the robots and the automation. So it
So
will be humans leading that instead of following the machinery or the automation. Did that
so
make it
yes, you
clear? Is it?
started. Yes, you started by showing or by highlighting the pressure that AI is bringing into the industry 4.0. And
Yes.
then you saw an opportunity, or the opportunity just fell in your lap, is the EQI approach.
Yes.
And you're thinking that if I bring that in to my industry, then maybe the transformation becomes either easier or more understandable by the humans who are operating these machines.
Yeah, in a
Or
nutshell, that's it.
shit. Interesting. I like how did you come into this with this or this came about after or in the process of getting your certification in EQI? Like this whole merging of the two. Did you see it
Uh,
up front or it
yeah, yeah, totally. I
you did?
saw it. Yes,
Okay.
because I was also discussing it with my husband David, who as this how we met, is always bringing in very forward idea. Let's call it this way. We were discussing, and I was telling him that I really like this, but my clients, how will they, why would they, how will Valerie and EQ, like the same question that you asked me, I was asking to myself. I was convinced, but I didn't know how to translate this to like my clients or my ecosystem, and this is how we formulated that. This is what how I bring this, how I tie this together. Yeah. So I
I,
went
I
into the certification with that in mind.
I like how you fuse the both things together. You know
But of
this
course,
podcast.
it's from my perspective, but the EQI can be administered to anyone in the workplace. It is basically for emotional intelligence in the workplace. It's not like a personal or more like psychoanalysis. It's more, it is geared towards professional assessments. And there are different tiers. There's team assessments, there's leadership, there is also workplace, like the workers also, because the workers themselves can really benefit from that. And there's also students and university students. Basically, there are different assessments for these categories, but it's all professional.
Good. What's what's keeping you up? What's the current challenge? What's the current challenge? Because it's the courage to fall. That's the label, the name of the podcast.
Yes.
And um, I tend to highlight current situations that my guests are going through, and
Yes.
they don't have to be resolved. But what I'm interested in, and my viewers and listeners, is how do you get, how are you surpassing these challenges?
You want how many? How
How
many
many?
challenges?
How many are there?
So basically, if you, I want to answer the question, what's keeping you up? What's keeping you up is now my transition, or if you want, stepping into the trainings, public speaking related to my industry. This is really what is burning me. I love it. Um, I wouldn't say it's like it's a challenge, but yeah, it's something to add, and especially that I am developing this mostly in Saudi Arabia and more the Gulf. So it is a whole new region for me, as well as a natural step up for me as I expand in my career instead of not just grow but expand and add on to my like qualifications.
Practically, I'm trying to dig deeper. If you can tell us practically uh, the challenge. Yes, I understand that going into another territory, that's one. Any big challenge that you feel that you cannot overcome right now?
No, cannot. I rarely cannot overcome it. No, to be honest, it's very rare for me to have a challenge that I cannot overcome. Um, Usually, I like challenges and I enjoy overcoming them. So, but yeah, I mean, it's not easy. It's tough. It's tough. I juggle. The house, I juggle my kids, I juggle my existing business now, locally, and I juggle traveling a lot. I work at night, I wake up early. It is the challenge is the the momentum, which I love still, but sometimes it is challenging and I cannot fulfill everything. If I want to say this, yeah. Like when I'm doing really great in something, there's something I'm not doing well, or I'm neglecting, or I'm forgetting, or something like that. I would say, as a as a business owner, and also I can say I'm doing something new, so I could also now be labeled as an entrepreneur, which on business owner and starting something new, and a mom, and also living working from Lebanon. This is the challenge: is keeping everything under control, if you want, which it's not.
It's not under
No,
so
so basically, in accepting that things cannot always be under control, and still pushing through, and you do what you can, depending. You choose your priorities. I choose the battle. I would say this would be my obstacle, my battle or challenge. Let's say.
when I hear you, I see one, you have too many things you're juggling, personal and work, and then travel, your current business, your new business, how it complements,
Yeah,
and
it is complementary. This is the great thing about the new, is that it's not something that I'm starting from scratch or it's different. It's a continuation, it's an expansion, and also I am dealing with the same clients many times. Okay, same partners, but also establishing new partnerships, which is where I pouring the most energy, really, if I
to
have to
do,
say.
to do. And the issue becomes prioritization, as you had said, as you have mentioned before. Uh,
Yeah.
Still trying to, you make it sound so easy. And I know it's not,
It's
right?
not. I said it's tough. It's not easy.
What does it mean it's tough? How does it, in what situation does it put you?
Um, like you have to establish the partnerships. You have to, for me, like in my business, you have to establish trust in the partnerships. You have to select people to work with that you have to be able to trust for to deliver mm, their to deliver their part of the job, because in the end I am always responsible for the end result, as this is how my business works. Okay, towards my clients, or towards even myself. um, it is always to find the right partner for each project or for each section, to make sure that they understand what is the job, and also that they deliver and that they are trustworthy. Yeah, basically. You can mostly for me, if you want, sometimes the um, selection is the challenge. Like these days with the internet, and we are always in the trade shows, okay, and I am traveling so much, and I go to at least 8 trade shows per year. You meet so many people, and everyone, not everyone obviously, but you can
Mm.
find a lot of potential partners. These days it's so easy to find suppliers, to find consultants, to find experts. And so the challenge, and which is what I offer, is to find um, the right people to work with.
So,
And
so
this is
you
not
you offer
straightforward.
you offer in that in this big forest of people and suppliers. One of your services is to help your client find the right partners. Is that correct?
I find the right partner to deliver the client's project. So
Mhm.
some projects require multiple suppliers. Some projects I can deliver myself because it's my specialty, my expertise. Um, but a lot of them is when we are sourcing solutions, we are sourcing equipment, we are even sourcing expertise. Other than the usual, my trusted, few partners, sometimes you need new services. And this is what the challenge is for the clients themselves, which I offer a kind of guarantee on. Like, you don't have to go and search thousands of options, okay, to choose your service provider for each section of the project. We do that for you. But in doing that, this is where the responsibility is, right? The responsibility towards the client and also towards myself. Like if I am, contracting someone to do a job, I want to make sure that everything runs smoothly on time, payments are well done, and things like that. So,
When was your last big fall?
big fall. Uh,
Or what was it? When was it?
well,
I
I
guess
don't fall a lot.
oh my
Well,
God, we are talking to Wonder Woman.
no, or maybe maybe that I am so forgiving with myself. Sometimes you don't see a fall as a fall. You say, "Oh, this is a normal experience." Maybe
Can you
the
give me an
experience.
example? Can you share with me a personal or a professional example, like
Yeah,
something that
like the last one is there is two. Then that you're pushing me. Okay.
oh no,
So
I'm just
I think
inviting you.
I accepted to come, so I knew this was gonna happen. I accepted to be. Otherwise,
Okay.
I wouldn't have accepted. يعني, I think everyone could say the 2024, the war that happened. I would think that on my books, this is the worst quarter for me, financially, in terms of performance, and that was terrible for us. This, I could say this is a big fall, but it wasn't my fault. I really did everything, and this is actually when I started um, looking at the new things, and I used it as an opportunity to to pivot a bit, to not just be selling the equipment, which I'm great at. My title is the machine queen. Okay.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes. This is what I've done all my life, and it's what my father did, and my father taught me, and my grandfather. But I didn't want to only. I think that bad period, which I would consider as like the worst time for us in the company, helps me to see that you can't just be doing that, and especially with all the experience I have, and I love to share. I love public speaking. I love training, and I've done a lot of just random trainings here and there in the associations I'm part of. So this is where I decided to start the Industrial Kingdom, which is the consultancy firm, because this is through that we can actually give these services that are not simply limited to the hardware and technical services.
So
So
2024,
yeah,
your
2074.
2024,
So
that
sorry,
was an external forces,
I'm
external
going
forces.
into positive experiences, which is not allowed to keep talking about the negative. Um,
No, no, I'm not saying it's not
no,
allowed.
the fall,
The fall,
and
like
then
real fall.
yes, I will tell you. The challenge, like that I spoke about, is trusting. Building trust, and this is why I always do everything I can to establish trust with my clients and with my suppliers. And basically, people work with me because they trust me. Okay. And I like to work like this. This is how I operate. And so usually I would go into a business relationship with no, yes, of course I'm going to trust you. Why should I not trust you? Right. And one time I trusted the wrong person, and the wrong company. Let's say wasn't a person, and I introduced the client to them directly. I took the client. We traveled to their factory and everything. And in the end, the client didn't buy from me, and the supplier just he stopped answering me. That was really like a weird thing, because usually I have great relationships with my suppliers and my clients. So they both disappeared. Okay. And a few months later, I find out, because in Lebanon, if you're well plugged in, you have a good network, you can find out things if you need. I found out that to the Beirut port, a shipment arrived to this client with these goods, this okay, these types of goods. And no, it can't be possibly coincidence. Okay, so he
Of
didn't buy
course.
from me, and so I went and I confronted both. I confronted the supplier. Because basically he should respect the fact that I introduced the client to him. The client, maybe he's a new client, and it's not his responsibility to be loyal to me. And like by confronting him, in the end he admitted, and he tried to blame the client, that the client tried to do that. So basically, that was a fall for me, because I started doubting that should I trust people. I was working without contracts, so I would go to him, we should sign a contract. But me, I like to trust in the fact that people want to do business. I think the business language is the international language. I think trade diplomacy is the future for peace. When you have good business relationships, you can work with anyone. How many times you've worked with someone from a different background, let's say different political views, different these things don't matter when you're on the business front. Okay, and this is why I like it, because people become just humans, and they are dealing, because if you want the benefit, not just financial, obviously making money is great, and I'm always telling people I love making money, right? It's a thing that brings me a great satisfaction. I love the feeling that I can make money, uh, because it means that I am doing something that people appreciate and people want. Okay, so it's kind of a value. Uh, it translates the value of what you know and what you're offering. But so when you're in a business relationship, it's people are benefiting, people are happy. When there is a deal happening, everyone is happy. Have you been at a deal table? People are excited. It's hopeful. It's like a new beginning. So I base myself on this kind of relationship, if you want. And it doesn't make sense what I'm telling you. Maybe,
Very, very. You know,
yeah,
it's the first time I see, I hear, which makes perfect sense. Like business is like a universal language,
yes,
just like music is universal, right?
yes, yes.
It's a
يعني
very
would you ever
it makes
refuse? Sorry, تفضل.
I I I like the way you framed it. Yes.
Thank you. So I think that was a fall because for a few months after that, I started doubting that, am I too trusting or too like girly in this approaching this? And I'm not girly at all in business, but in that sense, I start thinking that I probably failed, if you want, framing that transaction. But after that, I refused, people to change how I operate, which has led me to great relationships in business and great successes. And then I decided that if I had to interface with some ugly people, it doesn't mean that I have to either be afraid or become ugly myself. And yeah, I can.
So what is when you said I will not change my system versus you still do basic business transactions, correct? Is it the part of trusting people or is it the part sign with me before I introduce you to the client? What is it really practically?
No, I didn't change anything.
Which and what is the unchanged thing that probably we are curious to
Uh,
understand?
well, you can sign. There's standard business agreements
Yeah,
with the supplier. You
yeah.
sign this, a non, non-circumvent contract or
Right.
NDAs and things like that, and then you proceed. And look, sometimes we have to do that. Sometimes with some suppliers, they request you to sign it, and I am more than happy to sign it because if I'm gonna go in a business relationship with you, these things are automatic. These should be automatic. If you need me to sign it, I'm gonna sign it because otherwise we shouldn't do business together. If I have to not sign something that you need me to sign, if it's, of course, if what is
Yeah,
written in the contract
yeah.
logical and acceptable, yeah. So yes, like you said, maybe you can be more careful legally, and sometimes you have to. I think. What do you think?
I was as you were talking, I'm still trying to understand because you said, in a nutshell, you said, this is the way I do business, and I've been successful, and I'm not going to let one or two people whom I'm facing on my journey get me to become afraid or
Hmm.
change my ways of doing business.
Hmm.
So, what I'm trying to understand is if this person or this company cheated and circumvented your yeah, your the service that you did or the link that you did for both of them, how would you have done it differently? I mean, maybe
Um, how? Like
do you still no, no, do you still go and introduce two entities together without signing?
now I take more time before I do it. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. This is what I'm trying to understand. What changed?
I take a bit more time. I don't rush. I like to get things done, and so I don't believe in speed, but I like to be efficient. So if I like to seize opportunities, and I'm always into travel, that's for sure. So if you want to go visit the supplier, I
Yeah,
want to go.
you're on a plane, boat, whatever.
Yes, already. I'm on the plane. Um, yeah, I think taking more time, discussing longer, and then eventually sometimes you have to sign something. Mm.
Yeah. Why do you get straight on a what is it that drives you to go and see the supplier? Is it you're going to see new toys, like new machines, or to get to know new people, or to know your
I love going into the factories. I
oh,
feel when I go to the factories, even my longest standing partners, every time I go there, we learn something new about each other. We find new opportunities. It's different than discussing over the phone. I still believe in the in-person interaction, and I speak many languages. So when go there and I'm in their bath, if you want to call it, I'm couple days, 3 days there together with them. I can understand the business better, and this way I can bring this to you as my client in a different way, not just as a transaction. I can explain the challenges. If we face a problem down the line during the implementation, which happens, then I know what is stopping that, or what might be causing that, because I've lived with them. I know the team. I know what's their company culture. Yeah, maybe I can say that I like to see the company cultures of who I am working with to better deal with them, and also better sell their product. And also I travel to trade shows. So the trade shows for me are the best. They're also the most challenging. You have to be always, have to have full energy. You have to be, 100% to not miss an opportunity. As of course, it's impossible, but there are so many options at trade shows. Everything is there, so everyone that is relevant to that topic is usually there within that geographical area or sector. So to me, the trade shows are always exciting. Like it's like a big party. You go and you see your friends, which are existing suppliers. Also see your clients that are going to that trade show. So you meet existing friends, you meet new people, you make, and then there's always you go have a drink afterwards, or you go to lunches, dinners, and yeah, the trade shows for me are like a big party, and I always come out with new things, with a lot of new ideas. And
I can sense the excitement already.
mm,
They're not overwhelming
uh,
for you?
no, what's overwhelming is the after you come back is processing everything
Mhm.
and making sure that you did not waste your time, or in like if you want exploiting in the good connotation of exploiting, or optimizing your trade show attendance by choosing who to follow up with when, and recognizing what was a time well spent and what was a wasted time, because you sit and you talk, and sometimes it doesn't come through, right? Not everyone you meet is gonna be a partner later.
Valérie, machine queen, EQI assessor. What scares you today?
um what scares me today is not succeeding in my plans. This is what scares me. But there is not one thing that is scaring me in particular, but I love to put goals and plans and achieving them, and to even think that I'm not going to succeed is would make me upset.
Say,
Yes, but I don't think about it. So
you don't?
what? Yeah, no, of course you do, but I don't spend time thinking, oh, what if I'm not successful? No, I just push through. What comes through is good, and sometimes the things that yes, okay. what scares me is wasting my time. This is the biggest fear I have, if I want to say I have a fear, which usually I don't have many fears in business. In the life, obviously, yes. When you love and you have things, you're afraid. But in business, yeah, I because the time is really your investment, and many times you spend a lot of time on projects and they don't come through, and you have to accept that, right? So basically, the challenge here is prioritizing how to spend your time on which opportunities, because there are so many opportunities if you're out there and you have your channels right and you are reaching out, but also you have the right the right setup. It's easy to get lost in a few projects that don't go through, and sometimes they were never serious, but sometimes life happens, like
Mhm.
right. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Wasting time or spending too long on something that I shouldn't spend my time on.
So that's your relationship with time. How do you see time?
How do I see time?
Wasting time scares you. Why?
Why? Because I can do so much with the time I have, So I like to be productive, and when I feel that I've spent so much time on something that did not go through, this is the thing that I don't like. So time itself does not scare me. I am scared of wasting the time. So basically, of making the wrong decision about how I spend my time. Yes. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense.
Mm.
Do you have time that you spend where you are not productive and you're not
Yes,
scared of it? You're happy?
I do. I make sure I have, yes. I call it, when I'm, not being productive, I call it basking in the luxury of low value tasks. Like, for example, I don't know, maybe I do just whatever, something that has a low value, but I feel really happy. And it's a luxury when you can actually just do something that is not supposed to be productive, right? No?
Sure. Like one example for you.
Cooking. Like, I don't like cooking, okay, but I have a family, so I have to some. I don't cook usually, but when I sometimes cook, I am happy because I have chosen to cook, okay, and this is a low value task for me. But I'm doing. So I also sometimes peel the potatoes myself, and so this is a low value task, but it is a luxury for me because I don't always have the time to do these things. I don't want to
Uh,
either.
you do
Yeah.
hobby that like
Hobbies, yes.
cooking. You're serving your
Yeah,
family in this
exactly.
case. So there is
Cooking,
a goal
the
to it.
service part, yeah.
Is there a hobby that you do that is low
No,
impact?
the hobbies I do are all very high value. Like I do yoga, and
Mhm.
I spend a lot of time. I do yoga every day. I spend a lot of energy in my yoga practice, but also I recharge so much. So, and I do meditation, and I listen to music. You can't say that listening to music is low value, you cannot say that.
Right.
So, because when you listen to music, you are definitely recharging a part of yourself,
Okay.
no? So, yeah. Yeah, but yes, and when the winter goes and the weather is nice, yes, I do sit in the garden with not doing anything. I sit. That's you can call this a low value task. A low value.
You're asking me?
Yeah,
No, I don't think so.
exactly. So,
I think
but I
every
love
task has a
cooking.
value. Now it depends how we place it.
Yeah, no, but you were asking me what are your hobbies that are not productive. But this is not
Yes.
productive. I sit for extended hours sometimes in the garden without. Oh, and I read a lot. I'm like I read hundreds of books, so I have to have a book all the time, either like a novel or learning something. Uh, that is a hobby for me, but that's definitely the not productive part are the mystery novels. I am obsessed with mystery novels, and I don't think that's very productive because they are novels. So, but I love it.
It's entertaining.
Yes, yes.
They're entertaining. So, last question.
تفضل.
How many languages do you speak? That you
Uh,
mentioned.
I speak six languages, like really, really fluently, and two others I can get by. So I speak obviously Arabic, French, and English, Spanish, and Turkish, and Italian. And I can get by in German. And now I am starting to, I can definitely in Germany, I speak in German to get directions and order and, just do basic conversation, but I cannot have a conversation really. And I recently started the Mandarin on the Duolingo, but I don't have time. I don't have time, and I really want to learn it because of my business for the equipment and the robots. Now, the robotics, it's just gonna it's exploding in China, and I would like to go to China and speak Chinese,
Your
which is
language.
what I do wherever I travel. I like to go the country and speak the language. So this is my next.
Impressive. Impressive. Good.
Thank you.
It's been a very interesting conversation. Thank you.
I,
Thank
thank
you.
you for listening
Is,
to
is there
my rant.
anything you would like to say? Any to
Yeah,
whoever's still
I would like
listening?
to ask you a question
Please
because
do.
usually I am the one asking questions on my podcast.
Shoot away.
Today, um, so I want to ask you, what is your what is keeping you awake? What is your burning fire or something? Or next?
Building, building today from a work perspective, building my courage, the courage to fall, concept, framework, and all the tools and the channels of communications around it. That
Wow!
I'm so excited about it. From
Wow!
it is yes, I like the origin of it. I like the premise of it. I'm very much like you in terms of if I see someone wasting their life, I feel that it's not right to waste
Yes,
their life. Now we have to define what waste their life is, right?
yeah.
Wasting is for me, sitting in a garden and relaxing, that's not wasting their life. For me,
No, of
doing
course.
yoga, doing a hobby, knitting, painting, sculpting, cooking, baking, playing chess, whatever it is, it's not. It's
No,
not.
of course not.
All
Of
this is
course.
good. Working
Mm,
is good. Being with family is good. Being with
yeah.
friends is good. All this. But wasting meaning being a slave to a system, slave in a loose definition to a system. And that's for me, I feel that, and this is deep, so my own belief
Mm-hmm.
that that we were given a life, and the chances of us being alive on this little dot out of 3 trillion dots in this universe so far and counting,
Yes.
it's so valuable.
Yes.
And wasting it is a shame. So, and some people waste it because they're afraid to do something. They want
Yes.
to, they're learning, but they don't know how to do the first step.
Mm-hmm.
The courage to fall is all about learning the art
Mm-hmm.
and science of falling.
Nice.
Because when you do that, when you fall, you will fall less painful. You will get back
And
up
art and
more quickly.
science.
Yes,
Okay. Nice.
because when you do that, you fall less painfully, get back
Mm-hmm.
up more quickly,
Mm-hmm.
and consequently live life more abundantly.
Your
That's what
voice
drives
go
me.
is your voice is going عم بيروح ويجي صوتك. How do we say in English going and coming?
عم بيروح وعم
Going
بيجي.
and coming.
عم بيروح وعم بيجي. That's how we.
Like, also the courage to fall could also be the courage to jump because you might not fall, no? Sometimes
Yes, sometimes you might not fall, but
it's
if
the
you're
landing.
comfortable, if you're comfortable with the
Mm-hmm.
fact that you are going to fall,
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
and you learn the fall, and it's expected, it's part of life, and instead of breaking something, you just roll with it,
Yes.
and then get back up with less pain.
Mm-hmm.
The more you practice, the more you play. The more you play, meaning you're living, you're alive.
Yes. So did this come from a personal experience that you had to fall and you
Yes,
you
it came from many experiences of falling,
Mhm.
100%. Many experiences. So, and then realizing that what makes it tick, what makes that whole thing work, how come some people get back up, others don't?
Mhm.
Is it the external powers, internal?
Now that you're saying this, a lot of this can also have to do with the emotional intelligence. It's a very big tool that helps you to fall and get back up without feeling all the bad feelings that come before, during, and after.
Wow, that would
So,
be a podcast by itself.
yeah, I'm
That
ready.
whole thing. I'll take you up on it.
Okay, good.
Or you can, yeah, we can do something of that sort. Absolutely.
Sure, we must. I think you, with your expertise and what you are doing, the emotional intelligence would be a very complementary tool in the toolbox of the courage to
I'd
fall.
love to explore that with you.
Thank you. Okay,
Cool.
good.
On that note, Wonder Woman, Machine Queen, EQI assessor, multilingual,
Lean Six Sigma,
superwoman.
black belt.
Yes, black belt, all sorts of things. Wow.
Thank
A session full of information and
you. Thank you for listening.
variety in the discussion. Thank you,
Good.
Valerie.
I'm glad that it's hard. It's hard to, you have a high level, so we must keep up with you.
I know. And with what you told me, no, no, I have a good competitor. I promise you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Tony.